When Henry Patten won Wimbledon in July 2026, one of the most important people in his life was missing from center court. His fiancée, Ellie Stone, was thousands of miles away in North Carolina, working at a hospital. She is a doctor and had been on call all weekend. After the final, Henry joked that he only hits a yellow ball, while Ellie saves lives. He called hers a proper job, said she works much harder than he does, and added that he could not wait to see her. Their story had begun almost 10 years earlier, long before Henry became a Wimbledon champion or world number one in doubles. Henry grew up in Britain, but moved to the United States for college tennis at the University of North Carolina, Asheville. Ellie Stone was already an athlete there. She grew up in Asheville and joined the university's women's soccer team in 2015. She became an important defender and eventually a team captain. In her senior season in 2018, Ellie started all 15 matches, played 1,446 minutes, and earned second-team All-Big South and NCCSIA All-State second-team honors. 2 years earlier, she had one of her best games when UNC Asheville beat Wofford 2-1, and Ellie scored both goals. So when Henry and Ellie met, it was one college athlete meeting another. Henry was trying to build a future in tennis. Ellie was playing soccer while studying biology. Ellie's sporting background also helps explain why Henry speaks about her career with so much respect. She understood the routines and pressure of competitive sport before either of them entered their current professions. At UNC Asheville, she balanced soccer with biology, while Henry was trying to turn college tennis into a professional career. Henry later said they had been together for the best part of 10 years. After university, however, their careers went in completely different directions. Henry chose professional tennis. Ellie chose medicine. After graduating, Ellie worked for about a year in a dermatology clinic before entering medical school. She later earned a Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine degree from Rocky Vista University College of Osteopathic Medicine. She then entered a residency in physical medicine and rehabilitation at the University of North Carolina. By 2025, Ellie was in the second year of her medical residency in North Carolina, while Henry was traveling around the world on the tennis tour. That made long distance a normal part of their relationship. Henry could spend 1 month in Australia, then travel to Europe, North America, or Asia. Ellie could not simply travel with him because her work was tied to the hospital and her time off was limited. Henry has spoken about that with respect rather than frustration. Her career was not something he expected her to put aside for his. When Ellie could travel, she often chose the biggest moments. One came at Wimbledon in 2024. Henry and Finnish partner Harri Heliövaara had only been playing together for a few months when they reached the men's doubles final. The Wimbledon trip was especially meaningful because Ellie could not simply travel whenever Henry reached a final. Her schedule in the United States already made time together difficult. Henry said before the match that his family would be there, and that Ellie was flying from America specifically for the occasion. On July 13, 2024, Patten and Heliövaara faced Max Purcell and Jordan Thompson on center court. They won a dramatic final, 6-7, 7-6, 7-6, saving match points along the way. Henry had his first Grand Slam title, and Ellie had crossed the Atlantic to watch it happen. The following season brought even more success. In early 2025, Henry and Harri won the Australian Open and established themselves among the best doubles teams in the world. But Henry was also planning something away from tennis. During Wimbledon 2025, he secured an engagement ring for Ellie. He did not propose immediately. Instead, he waited until they could spend time together. That opportunity came in November 2025 at the NITO ATP Finals in Turin. The proposal also had to fit around Ellie's medical schedule. Henry had bought the ring months earlier during Wimbledon, but waited until the ATP Finals because Turin was one of the rare tournaments she could attend. Henry arrived in the city 1 day before her and used the extra time to find a place for the proposal. He chose the Basilica di Superga, high above Turin with views across the city. When they visited, the area was quiet. Henry needed Ellie to turn around, so he pointed towards some chimneys in the distance. While she looked away, he prepared the ring. Then, he proposed. Ellie said yes. Henry later joked that he was especially pleased he had managed to surprise someone who had known him for almost a decade. The next day, he had to play his first match at the ATP Finals. But the tennis was not what made him nervous. Henry admitted that proposing to Ellie had made him much more nervous than competing in Turin. The week then became even more memorable. Henry and Hari reached the final, and on November 16th, defeated Joe Salisbury and Neil Skupski to win the Nitto ATP Finals title. Within 1 week, Henry became engaged to his longtime partner and won one of the biggest trophies in doubles tennis. Afterward, he said the tennis was great, but the engagement was more special personally. He called the week a complete dream. By Valentine's Day 2026, the ATP was officially referring to Ellie as Henry's fiancée. Then Henry reached another major milestone. In June 2026, he became ATP doubles world #1 for the first time. A month later, he returned to Wimbledon with Vara. On July 11th, they defeated Marcelo Arevalo and Mate Pavic 7-6, 7-6 in the men's doubles final. It was Henry's second Wimbledon title and his third Grand Slam men's doubles trophy. But unlike in 2024, Ellie was not there. 2 years earlier, she had flown from the United States to watch his first Wimbledon final. This time, she was on call at the hospital. Henry made sure people understood why. While celebrating one of the biggest victories of his career, he spoke about how proud he was of Ellie and the work she was doing in North Carolina. He said she had a real job, while he simply hit a tennis ball. That comment showed how he views their relationship. Henry may play on center court and travel the world, but he does not treat his career as more important than Ellie's. They met before the Grand Slam trophies, when both were college athletes in Asheville. Ellie went from soccer and biology to medical school and hospital residency. Henry went from college tennis to professional doubles, Grand Slam titles, and world #1. Their careers have often placed them in different countries, but they have still shared the biggest moments. Ellie flew across the Atlantic for Henry's first Wimbledon title in 2024. Henry bought her engagement ring during Wimbledon 2025, proposed in Turin, and won the ATP Finals only days later. And in 2026, when he became Wimbledon champion again, his fiancée missed the final because she was working at the hospital. As of August 2026, Henry Patten and Ellie Stone remain engaged after almost a decade together.